I'm back to share 3 more delicious recipes. Hey guys, Kira here from 50 Shades of Mom, back to share another Vlogmas video, and I am really excited about this video, you guys, for many, many reasons. First off, I get to share 3 more delicious recipes with you. I love sharing recipes in the kitchen, and these recipes were actually from EveryPlate, and I'm excited to share them with you because I'm going to give away 2 free EveryPlate boxes in this video to anyone who wants to give it a shot and give EveryPlate a try. I really want you guys to try them. I'm absolutely loving the simplicity of their website, of their meals. I've been getting a box every single Wednesday since I started ordering from them because it is key for making lunches throughout the week for my husband and I. And what I love is that I'm actually learning from them. I love to learn in the kitchen. It's a place where you spend most of your life. So I love to learn something new every day. And today, one of the recipes, we're going to make a loaded baked potato. I've made a loaded baked potato about a zillion times in my life, but they just taught me a few tiny elevations that now I will do that to my loaded baked potatoes moving forward forever. I won't make a baked potato any other way. So I absolutely love that, and I want you guys to give them a try too. So the only way you need to be entered into the chance to win these 2 free boxes is by commenting down below, and then I'll draw a winner in a week. But I'll get to the details about that in just a second. But the second most exciting thing about this video is that I am in collab with my girlfriend Amanda over at Mom's Messy Kitchen. When she first started on YouTube, she started out as the Hot Mess Mom, which was perfect for her because she was trying out all different kinds of videos, just trying to find her niche in this world. And then you guys, she found it. She definitely has evolved, and now she spends most of her time whipping up something delicious from her kitchen, and so now she is Mom's Messy Kitchen, and it has just played so well into her personality because she has the same love and passion for food that I do. So I'm going to leave all of her information in the description box and her icon on the end slate as I always do, but now let me take you down to the counter and we're going to make 3 delicious recipes from EveryPlate. Okay guys, here it is, my second box that I got from EveryPlate. It is lunchtime and I am starving, and I cannot wait to dive in and make one of these recipes right now. I chose some really yummy things this time, things that I know Daryl and I will really enjoy for lunchtime meals. So we're gonna cook all 3 of these recipes here today. So let's dive into the box and see what EveryPlate sent me. Okay guys, so here is a quick overview of all that you need to make 3 full recipes. You guys, there's barely any ingredients here, which is what I loved about EveryPlate from the last box, is that we made incredibly delicious meals from very few ingredients. So I love that, especially since I get to save those recipe cards and use this for future use. So the first thing that we're looking at, which is what I think I'm going to make today, is the fully loaded broccoli potatoes. So in that recipe, you need 2 russet potatoes, some broccoli florets. You're sharing some garlic between this recipe and the next one. You're going to need some bacon, which I'm so excited about because this is the bacon that I used from that carbonara recipe from last time, and it was amazing bacon. So I'm excited to have a recipe to use that again. And then just a little bit of cream cheese and then some Mexican shredded cheese. So that's it to make the fully loaded broccoli potatoes. And then the next recipe I chose, which I feel like my husband is going to love, is a barbecue sloppy joes with pickled onions and sweet potato wedges. I don't like the pickled onions, but he'll definitely try the sweet potato wedges and he'll be totally down with the barbecue pork sloppy joes. So I'm excited to try that. And for this recipe, you need 2 sweet potatoes, you need a red onion, you need a lime. We're sharing the garlic, like I said, with the broccoli recipe. And then you need 2 potato buns, some ground pork, and then they sent us a bunch of packets of barbecue sauce and a small packet of hot sauce. So that is it for that recipe. And then the last one is Tex-Mex chicken burrito bowls. Like anything Tex-Mex is what my family is all about. And for this recipe, you need some white rice. You're going to need a red onion, a Roma tomato, a lime, and then they sent over some guacamole, some sour cream. Here's the chicken breast that you need, and then the Tex-Mex seasoning. So like I said, guys, 3 recipes. This is all the ingredients that you're going to need that they sent. Now, each recipe always needs something that you need to provide from home, but they're usually not complicated things that we already have on hand. So for this recipe, we're going to need butter, some vegetable oil, and 1 tablespoon of flour. Have all of that on hand. For the pork sloppy joes, you need some ketchup, sugar, butter, and vegetable oil. And then for the Tex-Mex chicken bowls, you need butter and vegetable oil. So it's pretty much just the things you really wouldn't want to send inside of a box. Greasy things like butter and oil that they want you to provide at home. So I'm going to clean this station up, and then we're going to start prepping to make those fully loaded broccoli potatoes. So the first recipe that we're starting off with is that baked potato, because you guys, this baked potato was a game changer for me. So I set the oven to 425. We're going to roast garlic, broccoli, and cook up some bacon on that pan on that temperature. And I'm going to start off by washing the produce. So I scrubbed my potatoes down and then washed our broccoli, and then I put the broccoli onto the pan. So I've put broccoli on my baked potatoes before, but I always just boiled it. Never once did I ever think about roasting it. So that was a really awesome elevation. Just a little olive oil, salt, and pepper. And then this bacon, you guys, they give you such top quality bacon that I really was excited for another recipe with bacon. So you put the bacon on the same pan, so the bacon grease ends up getting into that broccoli too. And then they make you roast garlic. Now, I've roasted garlic so many times, but wait till you see what we do with this garlic. So a little piece of foil, a couple of cloves into that little foil with some salt, pepper, and olive oil, and then that's going to all roast on the same pan for like 15-20 minutes. You need a microwave safe plate and your scrubbed down potatoes, and you're just going to fork some holes in them so it's easier for them to get tender. And believe it or not, we're going to cook these right in the microwave. So there's usually a setting for that. So I just set my setting for 2 potatoes, and I rubbed them down with salt, pepper, and olive oil first. So while they were cooking in the microwave, our broccoli, garlic, and bacon was done. So I took everything off of that sheet pan and put it right on a cutting board, because we're going to want to chop all of that down. Look at that bacon, you guys. It is cooked like amazing. 2 tablespoons of butter into a little tiny ramekin, and then you're going to take that really hot garlic out of that little envelope pillow that we made of foil and olive oil, salt, and pepper, and you're going to smash that garlic down, and then you're going to mix it into the butter. Like, that's where the game changer was for me, you guys. Places infuse garlic butter and stuff when you go to a restaurant all the time, but it's something I've never thought to do at home. I make a baked potato and I shove butter inside. That garlic butter just it made that potato so amazing. I'll never do it any other way. And so I chopped up our charred broccoli and our bacon, and then now it's time to make a cheese sauce. So I threw a pad of butter into a frying pan and added 1 tablespoon of flour, and then I slowly worked in 1 cup of water until we got like a nice roux. That's basically what a roux is a fat like butter with flour and then water. And then we added in that cream cheese that they gave us, which really helped thicken up that roux. And then we added in their cheese. And we just kept mixing it until it became like a cheese sauce. Now, I've mentioned on my channel a bunch of times that when I make broccoli and cheese and stuff, nothing is like Cheese Whiz. But I felt like I just made my own Cheese Whiz. Like, I'm going to try and do it their way all the time now, and I'll never buy Velveeta ever again. And so once our potatoes were done, they were nice. Like, the olive oil, salt, and pepper really worked into the skin. I cut it open. I put that roasted garlic butter on the inside, loaded it up with some of that really charred roasted broccoli, covered it with that cheese sauce, and then the bacon. Like, wow, you guys. I told you, I'll like try my best to give up carbs, but this is something I would blow my diet for. Like, this outrageously amazing. I'm a potato person. I've given up breads. I don't eat pasta anymore. This New Yorker doesn't eat bagels, but fries, potatoes, I just can't take them away from me. And this potato was so darn good. So thank you, EveryPlate, because this is how I'm going to serve my baked potatoes to my family, like I said, moving forward. So now on to our next recipe, and that is our Tex-Mex chicken burrito bowls. So I apologize I didn't actually get footage of the cardstock for the first recipe, but I am showing you the backs of the next two. So if you guys actually want to just take a screenshot of it, and then you could get all of your exact measurements, the exact steps, and you can cook this right alongside of me at home. So our first step is to cut our red onion, and usually it'll tell you that they want you to use half for this and half for that, which I really love because there's very little waste inside of these boxes. Like, they pretty much give you exactly what you need. So for this recipe, they want some of it diced, and we're going to use that for like our homemade kind of salsa. And then they want some thinly sliced because that's going to go inside to flavor our chicken. Now we're going to dice up our Roma tomato. Same thing, that's going to go for our salsa. And thank goodness the pod came, you guys, and I was able to find the box with all of my little utensils. So I was able to pull out my zester, because the zest in this recipe changed everything. That lime zest was so good that you can taste it. We're going to put that in the rice. It was dynamite. Absolutely dynamite. Now you're just going to cut and quarter the rest of that lime, and then now it's time to prep our salsa. This is more of like a pico de gallo, so we're going to put that red onion in there. We're going to throw in the tomato, salt and pepper, and that lime zest, and we're just going to mix that all up so nice and fresh on the top of that chicken bowl when we're all done. And then now we're basically going to make like an avocado crema. So we'll put a little guacamole into a bowl with some sour cream and salt and pepper. Now our rice, you guys, was a little bit of a pain because they wanted me to wash it through a sieve and get that rice really clean, but I haven't unpacked my sieve yet. I couldn't find it. So I ran water through and through that rice, but it was still a little too starchy than it should have been. You really needed to get it a little bit cleaner. So I did put it in 1 cup of hot water and nurse it on the stove for a little while, but it definitely was a little bit more stickier than they wanted it to be. But then I put a frying pan on the stove and added some extra olive oil, and then now it was time to season our chicken. So I threw in some salt and pepper and that olive oil and that seasoning packet and mixed it up, and then added in those sliced onions to that heated frying pan and got them soft and fragrant and translucent, and then added in that chicken. And I just kept cooking that until it was cooked all the way through. And while that was cooking, our rice had finished. So I took that off the stove, added a little salt and pepper into that. I added 2 tablespoons of butter, and then that lime zest. You guys, that lime zest and that rice. Wow, just enough acidity to just change the whole flavor of that Tex-Mex bowl. That with that avocado crema, the chicken was good, but all the chicken did was complement that really fresh salsa and that delicious lime rice with that avocado crema. Like, those things just, like I said, they were a true game changer. So once the rice was out, I plated it between 2 separate bowls. We actually probably could have gotten another bowl out of it. It was so filling. I definitely didn't need all of it. And then I topped the chicken on top, and then that fresh pico de gallo, and then I sprinkled that avocado crema on top. And this, I want to say that the potato was the best, but then this was really good because our family loves Tex-Mex so much. But super simple. Like, I'll recreate this at home all the time just to know that that lime zest with the salt, pepper, and butter was going to change everything. All about that life. All right, so now we're on to our barbecue pork sloppy joes, the last recipe I'm going to share. And this is the one I thought my husband was going to be over the moon about. So I was really excited to cook it. The sweet potato fries were really, like I said, more the way to my heart, but he really, really enjoyed this. So here's the cardstock for you guys to take a snapshot in case you want the exact instructions so that you too can try this at home. But so super delicious. Definitely something that we'll do again. I liked the pickling. So we're gonna pickle some onions. But the first step they want you to do is to add the potatoes into the oven. So when you set the oven at 450 degrees, you wanna do this part first because sweet potatoes are super hard. So even at 450, it needed like a good 25 minutes. I ended up overcooking them. You'll see that in a little bit. But once you're done cutting them in wedges, which was really like in half and then in half and then in half again, I put them on a pan with a little olive oil, salt and pepper, mixed those up and got them into the oven. I should have been watching them a little bit better, but wow, in a double oven, that top oven just so much hotter than the bottom one. It's craziness. Now it's time to slice our onion. So very similar to our first recipe, they want you to thin slice some of it and then dice the rest of it. And now we're gonna also smash some garlic. We need a little bit more garlic in this recipe, and you're gonna dice that up, and we're gonna end up mixing that into our pork mixture. So gotta love me some garlic. All right, let's pickle some onion, which I love the pickling of this onion. It was so fresh. EveryPlate is very fresh. I feel like that's the one thing I can explain. All their stuff is super awesome. And so I just put in a little bit of sugar and then some lime juice, some salt, and then the red onions, and push them off to the side and let them pickle. And then in a frying pan with olive oil, salt, and pepper, I added up those diced onions to cook those down. Once I saw them getting soft, I threw the garlic in there and mixed that all up, and then in went that pork. So I diced that all up and kept coming back and mixing that through. While that was mixing, I put their barbecue sauce that they supplied with the ketchup that I needed and a little bit more sugar that I needed from my home, and mixed that all up with that pickled lime juice that we made. That's what made it like nice and liquidy to make more of a bulk sauce, was that pickling juice inside that barbecue sauce. OMG. A little bit more salt and pepper on that pork, and then in goes that barbecue sauce. I let that cook up for like another 4 to 5 minutes so all those flavors of that sauce we made could congeal around the pork. And then I ended up just melting a little bit of butter and pouring it on top of the bun halves, and I shut the oven off, took the fries out, and then put the buns in so they still got warm and toasty but not like crispy. And then that was it, you guys. It was nothing but plating. Very simple, like I said, recipes. I loved it. Just the pork right on top of those pickled onions, the sweet potato fries. I ate mine with mayo, and it was like top notch. Thank you, EveryPlate. You guys have been a lunch game changer. Alright guys, so that's it for this time's Vlogmas video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Again, if you're interested in EveryPlate, don't forget to comment down below, and I will enter you guys into the possibility of winning a free box. And I will draw the winner 1 week from today, which is Christmas Eve, so make sure to check my community tab to see who the winner is, or whatever video I put out on Christmas Eve. I'm not sure which that is yet, but I'll make sure to announce the winner in that video as well. So good luck to you guys. If you guys don't want to wait for the giveaway and you just want to try EveryPlate right now, I have a link in the description box that saves you 20 bucks. You guys, this box was so cost effective that it was only $29.99. So you would only have to pay 10 bucks to try the 3 kind of recipes that we just cooked here today, which to me is a no-brainer for trying a delivery service like this, because they really are awesome. Don't forget to go and check out Amanda. You guys will love her. Make sure you comment in her comments and let her know that I sent you. I love you guys all so much, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye.